Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 89 of Darwell20's Let's Play series, where today I updated LaserIO. Now, some of you may think that I updated LaserIO specifically because of what happened last episode, but this is a feature that I've been planning to have and actually had in development when I recorded last episode, and then finished between last episode and this one, partially because I did want to use it in this build. I added a new feature to LaserIO. It is a new mode in the card, so as you guys know, we have insert, we have extract, we have stock, we now have sensor. And what sensor do is you put a filter into the card here, and it will emit a redstone signal on the channel, the redstone channel, if the sensor matches the filter. We're going to try it out today. There's also an and or button, so you can play with that. So sensor cards look pretty cool. This is my first time really using them outside of my dev environment, so we're going to find out if they're buggy or not. Hopefully I did a goodish job. And my goal for today is I want to do a couple things. One, I want to automate the blood altar to identify when there's enough liquid inside to do crafting. But second, I'm going to use it to automate the creation of blank slates. So currently we've got some, handful of blank slates that we made. I made them mostly between episodes here. I'm going to turn those into blank runes using my weak blood orb. And I want 7 of those bad boys because I want my second tier of altar. Currently my altar is tier 1. If I break all these blocks around here and put runes in there, that will simply upgrade the altar to tier 2, which is awesome. And a tier 2 altar can do some really cool things. First off, I can upgrade my blank runes into the tier 2 version of runes. It can also craft a few other cool things that are neat. So we'll let this craft go through. Let's see, altar. Can we see all the things that altars can make? We can. Sweet. So you can see the different tiers that are necessary here. So we can get alchemy flasks at tier 2. Let's see, what else do we get at tier 2? I can use a block of redstone to get the tier 2 blood orb, which is cool. We can also get the dagger of sacrifice. We're going to want both of those bad boys. Let's see, what else from tier 2? Tier 2, tier 2, tier 2. That's about it, besides the reinforced slate, which we just got our first one of. Hooray! So you can see the reinforced slate takes 2,000 LP to craft compared to the 1,000 that the tier 1 takes. And if you add those together, because that's what you need to do if you're starting from stone, it's 3,000 LP to turn smooth stone into reinforced slate, which we'll demonstrate now. Boop. And don't forget, you can tick accelerate this thing. And we went from 8,000 LP in there to 5,000 LP. Cool. So I think 5,000 right now is about where I want to measure my stuff at. So let's get started today automating the blood altar. Sound cool? And to do that, first things first, I'm going to need to probably move this guy. Are you like, no, I think you're cool. What I can do is throw a laser node right underneath you for measuring. And on the up, I'm going to throw a fluid card in there in sensor mode. Cool. And then I'm going to get some filters. And I also need a bucket. And the reason I need a bucket is I need a bucket of these life points. So right now we've got 5,000 LP. I'm pretty sure if I just put a bucket in there, it'll drain that LP into the bucket. And once we get 1,000 of it in there, we've got a bucket of life points that we can use as a filter. Now, we could have absolutely dragged from JEI if we wanted to, but I'm demonstrating how buckets and LP work, so, All right, so on the up here, I'm going to throw a counting filter, because I want to measure the amount of life points, right? And I'm going to make it 5 buckets of life points. In this mode, number one, I can do and or. So if I had multiple fluids I was checking for, I could say check for any one of them or check for all of them. And in addition, there's exact mode. So without exact mode on, it will emit a redstone signal if there's 5 or more buckets. With exact mode on, it will emit a redstone signal with exactly 5 buckets, no more, no less. We do want to measure for more, so in this case, I will have exact mode off. And in theory, this should be cool, right? So how about we use channel 14 for the red channel, right? Makes sense. Right, so now if you have you know, more than 5 buckets, you should be emitting a redstone signal. So for now, what I'm going to do is just get a redstone lamp. Okay. And on this side, we don't have any redstone cards. Ran out of redstone cards, apparently. Well, that's not my thing. You go away. Where's my... Yeah, there we go. Okay, redstone cards. Okay, so on this side, you are going to output on the red channel. Cool? So if I were to place my redstone lamp here, okay, and now we have 4,000 LP, so we don't have enough. That should be 4,800, and one more, and the redstone turns on. Haha, it worked! Sweet! I love it when things work. Now, if I hit it again, the redstone's going to stay on. But just as a quick note, on the up, if we were to set this to exact mode, it would turn off, because, like I described a minute ago, exact means I'm looking for exactly 5,000. Now, if I bump this up to that amount, it would be on, because that's exactly what we have. And then if I did some more, yeah, you get it? Cool? All right, so turn off exact mode, and now it's going to measure fine, because, you know, as long as we have more than, in this case, 5,200, but I'm going to set that back to 5,000. There you go. Cool? All right, so let's take you out of here. Let's get our runes replaced. And let's get to work. So, what I'm going to have... Let's see, how do I want to do this? It's an exceptionally good question. I could probably stick it here for my other node. And then have a chest. I like the sound of that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, using my laser wrench, okay, we're going to replace our blank runes here. But first I'm going to bind you so that you're ready. And you're bound to here. Okay. Now what I want to say is... Well, maybe not, because I'm not ready to do that. So on the up... So let's do this. On the up, you're going to insert on white. Let's make it... Yeah, white's fine, right? You're going to insert on white. And on this side, on the up... Did I put that in the right slot? I did. Right. Insert on white. You are going to... extract on white, one item at a time. Okay, but we're going to filter smooth stone out of you. Okay, cool. And that filter and that extract is going to require a redstone signal on the red channel. Okay, so now watch what happens. We've got 5,600 LP in there. I'm going to put stone in. He's going to do his thing. He's going to start crafting. Right. Now on the up here, I would like you to extract on orange. And on the up here, I would like you to insert on orange, but I need you to have a redstone control, but we'll deal with that in a sec. For now, that should just extract that dude. What is going on? What is taking you so long? That's interesting. Why did you run twice? You should have stopped after the 4,600. Right? Okay, you're at 4,000. 4,600. 5,000. You're cool now, right? Oh, right, I need to filter you. That's the problem, is I didn't filter this guy. My bad. So what are you allowed to extract? Well, actually, I want to filter on the insert side. That's very specifically accurate, because that's what I'm doing. So you will filter blank runes into there. Okay. There you go. Sweet. Oh, that's right. I don't want that to happen either. Yeah, it's inserting one at a time, but I didn't limit what's allowed in there. So let's say on the insert item card, you should, let's move that filter over to here. Does that sound cool? So when I specify extract on white, I'm going to reset that dude. And then on this guy on the insert, we're going to filter and say only one stone at a time. That's what we want. Okay. So 4,500, if I just once, 2, 3, we're at 51, 55. Now we should only be putting one in there at a time because I filtered on the insert. Cool. And then he's going to extract. And because we have less than 5,000 LP in there, he will not extract again until we have more than 5,000, which will be about 5 clicks. Now we have one. Sweet. How cool is that? And then it goes, but it won't extract again. Now, here's the deal. The reason I set this insert over here on a filter, right? Item card filter, that. I actually want that to be a counting filter. So let's get more counting filters, which should be pretty easy to get our hands on. Okay, so remove this dude. We're going to blank him out. And then on your item card on the insert here, I want a count filter. Let's say we want 32 blank rooms. Okay. Cool. And now there's a couple ways I could do this. To be clear, I could absolutely 100% use stocking mode like I had in the past to do this. But I want to kind of show off the purposes of sensor mode. So, and the cool things you can do with sensors. So I'm going to go out of my way to use sensors here. It's going to be more complicated than doing it in the stocking mode method, but I think it'll be neat just to show you what you can do with sensors. Cool? So what I'm going to do now, right, is you're only going to be enabled the insert here on, let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to also account for the extract at the end. So let's do this. You're going to require a redstone signal on the orange channel. Okay. And we're going to sensor card you. Okay. So I'm going to sensor card you with this. And if we have 32 of these, emit a channel on redstone on orange. But then on this guy, we're going to specify redstone mode low, right? So as long as you're not getting a redstone signal on the orange channel, you're allowed to receive blank slates. And you emit a redstone signal on the orange channel when we have 32 blank slates, which will effectively turn off this insert card. Got it? Cool. Okay. Now, to go along with that, we're also going to want to measure. So we're going to want to insert. Now, do you have? Yeah, actually. I may not need to do it as complicated as I am, because I'm only allowing 32 in here, right? So what I could do, instead of doing the sensor thing, sensor may not necessarily be necessary. Yeah, that may not be necessary. So how about we also insert with a filter these slates, but 32 of them, right? And I'm going to set this guy to ignore redstone again. But I also want to detect when we have 32 of the second tier of slate, because I want to stop the insertion of the stuff. So let's do that with this. Okay, that's the way I'll do this, right? So instead, what I'm going to have here, and also this needs to be on the orange channel, by the way. We want to detect when we have 32 of the tier 2 slates. And this is going to be changed as we tier up to the higher tier slates. And what this is going to do is say, hey, if we have, enough of these, I'm going to actually make it 31. But if we have enough reinforced slates, let's stop inserting the stone over here. Okay? So that's the plan. I like that. And you know what we could probably do? We could probably do this as well. And make it an AND signal. Okay? And then that'll be on the... What channel should I use for that? How about blue? So channel 3. And you can also output on channel 3 here to demonstrate how this will work. Cool? So the gist will be when we have, let's just say 32 and 32. Though I'm concerned, let's make it 31 and 31. Yeah, let's do that and see how it works out. That should work. Okay? So when we have 31 blank slates and we have 31 reinforced slates, let's actually just make them 16 for now. Because it's going to take me a while to get there, right? And then on this guy, we're also going to do 16. And this guy, we're going to do 16. Cool. Great. 16 and 16. And then you guys will be 15 and 15. One less than what we're trying to insert, right? So when we hit 15 of each, we'll stop inserting stone here, and he'll go ahead and finish whatever he's working on, and then insert it in here, and we won't have that dangling remaining blank slate. Cool? Okay. Now, the only other thing to handle here is the insertion only checks for fluids. We also want to check the insertion here. So we want to change this up, right? So right now, you are extracting if you have a channel on red, right? Let's change that to black. Okay. And then what we're going to have down here, so you're doing blue, right? So channel 3 and channel 14. So we need both of those on. So I'm going to use a little bit of Super Circuit Maker to make that happen. And a lot of people have requested that I do this kind of logic within LaserIO. I don't want LaserIO to be a redstone logic mod. I want LaserIO to do very basic redstone and then use other mods like Super Circuit Maker or other redstone logics to handle your AND and OR and all those kind of conditions. Cool? Now, in theory, I shouldn't need any of this noise. Okay? So let's put that away. Let's put, actually, this GPS tool can go away, this block tracker, the universal sensor, the pressure gauge, all this stuff can go away. Perfect, much cleaner. And we'll just do the logic down here. Does that sound pretty cool? All right, so what you're going to get is a laser node here and here. And we're going to find out if lasers work with this stuff, right? So you're going to output on channel, let's make it match the sides, right? So red is coming in from there, okay? You're going to output blue, which is coming from there. We're going to laser bind you, and we're going to laser bind you, okay? Now, if we check this, in theory, we can test this real quick to make sure it's working. Do I need that screwdriver? I think I do. There you go. Okay. So if we've got enough LP in here, we're above 5,000. Look, the redstone signal's on. Yay, it's working. Nice. Now I need a quickie AND gate. Now I know I need a redstone torch. And once again, Dyer's not great at the vanilla redstone stuff. So if I do this and this, and this, but we read from here, right? Then this output, assuming we've read from it, should be our AND gate, okay? And we can prove that with a little bit of redstone dust. Now, if I give you a blue channel signal, let's say like this, insert on blue, that should, boom, see? So both of these need to be true in order for this to work. Cool? Okay, so I like that. Cool. Okay, so now you're good, you're good. That all looks cool to me. Okay, so now let's test this out. So with both of these conditions matching true, what we want to do then is read on, what channel did I say you needed to extract on? On the up? You extract on channel 15. Okay, so if I do this, oh wait, don't we want this to be a not? Yeah. Yeah, so I want you to keep running. So let's remove this guy. And put back that. So that should be cool, right? I think so. Because when you get a redstone signal, you'll turn that off. And if you get a redstone signal, you turn that off. That should work, right? Pretty sure? Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, you should be allowed to run now if I connect this laser to that one. And we should have a stone in there in the next second. Yes? Maybe? You don't look like you're getting the redstone signal, which might be a thing. Oh, that's an output. That's why we want input. There we go. Now you're cool? Yep, it's working. Nice. Okay, cool. So I'm going to switch this guy back to blue. And then we got our thing, right? And because our LP is low, we turned off the redstone signal, right? Cool. Now if we bring our LP back up, you'll see the redstone signal's back on, right? But then once the LP drops, we're at 5,300. As soon as the LP drops, we should be down to redstone signal off. Just a quick note on the sensor cards. Their tick speed determines how frequently they check the inventory. So right now I'm checking once a second for the amount of LP that we need. If you need this to be faster, just use speed upgrades and bring down the ticks like you normally would. Cool? Cool. All right, so it looks like everything's working pretty good. If we validate this, we'll notice that now, because we have more than 16 blank slates, I threw the handful that I had in there. That's why we have more than 16. Right? So we're at 5,000 now. It inserted. It's going to go ahead and do the craft. It will not extract the tier 1 slate. It will wait until it gets to tier 2. Cool? How cool is that, huh? I like that. I feel like you can do some pretty powerful stuff with sensors. That's just me. I think that they're neat. So now that we've got some semblance of automation going on here, we're going to obviously need a lot more LP, right? Like, we're going to need a lot more LP, I think. I think we are. I think we're going to definitely need a lot more LP. So, with that said, let's do this. Let's first validate that everything works from a reinforced slate and, calculation perspective. So let me get up to like 14-ish of these and we'll see how it goes. All right, we're getting awfully close, at least having enough LP for this. So because I've got the filter here, the sensor, set up to AND mode, it's only going to emit the redstone signal on the blue channel if we have both 15 reinforced slates and 15 blank slates. Cool. So in a moment, that condition will be true and emit a, signal on blue. And that might be cool. Might be cool. Here goes nothing. So we should see the light turn on, right? And remember, it's going to put the last one in there, but that's why we did 15s, right? And now he should no longer be sending a redstone signal on the black channel, which means no more extracts. So when he puts that 16th in there, we're cool, right? How cool is that? Now, if we drop down to 15, his signal will do the things, right? But if we drop this down to 14, the light will turn off. So let's put you back to 15. The light will turn on. Let's just make sure that we have enough LP in there. I'm going to fill it all the way up to 10. That should be 10. Okay, so I remove one of these. Boom. He should start crafting. Cool. I might make the sensor 16. I might make the sensor 16. And I could speed the sensor up so that it's more accurate. Right? With overclockers. So on the up here, bring you down to once a tick. And we'll do that. And now he'll measure for 16. Right? And then he matched the 16, so now he's going to do that. I just want to make sure we never hit a position where we have, like, an extra sitting over there. And I feel like we're in pretty good place here, right? And then again, if I just remove one, boom, he's going to start crafting the next. Right? Isn't that cool? I don't know. I think it's cool. See, it did. It snuck the other one in there. The timing is just a little bit off. So you know what I'll probably do? I will probably let you guys go up to 17, just to make the numbers a little bit better. Because realistically, I want 16, but what I could probably do is just make the highest tier one be 17. That seems good. Let's do that, right? So the condition will be is if we accidentally throw an extra one in there, just craft the highest tier and yank it out. Cool? All right, now let's look at automating getting more LP, because this method is slow and painful. A little literally. All right, let's build a little something here that might be cool. If I got a slab, maybe a stone brick slab would be nifty. And then we had something like this. Do you think that would be cool? Technically, this bit, and this bit shouldn't be necessary. Okay. Okay. That should work. All right, now I would like, what do we got in here? An Elder Guardian? No, that's not what I want. Mob Imprisonment Tool. Anybody got a blank one? Dimensional blobs. There we go, that's a blank one. That'll do. Mobs? Anyone? We got any mobs around here? Funny, I hear the skeleton, but I can't get to him. I would just like a mob real quick. Hang on. Alright, I think I found where he's probably hiding. There you are, skeleton. Thank you. And blood magic area. So here's the plan. If we put mobs in here, okay, such that, and we wanted a sacrificial dagger. That is an iron sword and an altar. So if we got an iron sword, threw it in an altar, fed it up a little bit. Hooray! Check this out. We currently have 7,000 LP. If I do this, number one, it instantly kills your mobs. Number two, it generates a healthy amount of LP for that. And we can boost that with these runes that are around it, because there's rune upgrades we can apply to our altar. If we look at that, there are runes for speed, which makes crafting faster. Rune of Sacrifice, which when you kill mobs, they generate more LP. Self-Sacrifice, which is when you do this thing, it generates more LP, among others. Now, there's a whole altar mechanic in Blood Magic that I've done many, many times in the past. It's the incense altar, and basically what it lets you do is you can make it so that it like attunes your spirit a little bit, and you'll get a boost in self-sacrifice. I do that all the time, like all the time, in Blood Magic. So I think I'm going to try the mob killing approach this time, strictly that. So what I thought we could do, and we'll probably set this up next episode, is similar to what we did over here. We could set up a teleporter, maybe with a dark room, with fans, that'll push the mobs into the teleporter, and the teleporter destination will basically be this little box right here. So they get teleported into this spot. Does that sound cool? Might be cool. And then when they get teleported to that spot, I can kill them real quick. Yeah. Yeah? I think that sounds neat. But let's look at that next episode, because this one's getting ready to wrap up. So for now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope you like the sensor mode. My opinion, some pretty cool stuff there. Could be fun. We'll see. But we'll come back next episode, and we'll play a little bit more with sensor modes, and we'll also do more by way of Blood Magic. For now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.